Okay, so I was lucky enough to go to that capital summit that a lot of people wanted to go to here in Calgary, and I can tell you it was very disappointing. So basically, nonprofits paid $500 a head for folks to go to talk about sobriety, but it wasn't about sobriety. It was about the Alberta government launching their Alberta Plan, which is basically privatizing mental health and healthcare in general. So they are basically on an anti harm reduction model and working really hard at trying to own the libs and progressive ideas and evidence-based data and make up their own evidence-based data. They brought in speakers that have published books that have been debunked, and it I just I really can't emphasize this enough. It was nothing more than a campaign speech for Jason Kenney and this Mike Ellis. And it was all centered around, you know, the idea of the My Alberta plan that they're excited to put out there as an app. So you didn't miss anything, I promise you. And they didn't bring in someone like Esther Tailfeathers to talk about harm reduction models that have been working and her wonderful movie on empathy. That is more worth your time than this 2 day conference was. So I know folks are, wishing they could have gone, but I promise you, you are likely already getting better support, sadly, in community than you would be there. It was whitewashed, and a lot of with a lot of folks with no cultural understanding speaking. They did have a few Indigenous speakers that were really fabulous, but for the most part, they were not the main event, unfortunately. And the one speaker that I was really looking forward to, unfortunately, his time was cut because the Minister for Addictions or Mental Health was there, Mike Ellis, and then his chief of staff were rambling on, and they took up almost a full hour before they even got started, and they had to let another person speak, and her speech was so bad that I almost didn't want to stay to listen to the one speaker I came for. So you didn't miss anything, friends. I'm sorry.